What if I told you that in just 1 minute, you could bring more joy and deeper fulfillment into your marriage? It sounds too easy, right? But the truth is, love isn't built on dramatic declarations. It's woven into the small, intentional actions we choose to do every day. Love is a choice, not a feeling. Feelings come and go, but the choices we make, they have consequences. And these habits that I'm going to share today, they create the good consequences. In this video, I'm sharing 18 quick yet powerful habits that can instantly improve your marriage. These aren't complicated or time-consuming. 1 second for you to make the choice to do it, and 59 seconds to actually do it. This means 60 seconds, but their impact can last a lifetime. If you want to feel closer to your spouse and create more intimacy, then stay with me until the end, because sometimes the smallest changes make the biggest difference. If you are new here, my name is Julie, and I love to encourage wives on their personal journey of womanhood and becoming an irresistible wife to their husbands. If you want to become an elevated wife, then I want to invite you to press the like and subscribe button. So let's start off with the first one. Look into his eyes and smile. Eye contact is a powerful yet often overlooked form of communication. Remember that time when you were still in school and you liked someone and they made eye contact with you? That butterflies and excitement you felt? Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about, what you should do with your husband. Next time you walk past him in your house, look him straight in the eyes and just smile. Men love when we have this mysterious serenity about us. They find that fascinating. So please do this. And if you've done it, comment below what your husband said. I would love to know. He would probably think that you are up to something, but just simply laugh it off. But this will truly spark something within him. A sense of love, connection, and being fascinated with what is going on within your mind. Fix something minor that you know annoys him. Maybe he always have to adjust his seat in the car, or he hates where you leave the toothpaste. I don't know. You will know. I am sure you are already thinking of something that annoys him. Take 1 minute today to fix it or to replace it. This small act of thoughtfulness demonstrates that you are attuned to his comfort and willing to make his life a little easier. Give a sincere compliment. A heartfelt compliment can instantly brighten your husband's day and strengthen his confidence. No, he will not get a big head because you give him a compliment. Most men get beaten down at work and need us, their wives, to build them up. So instead of a generic, you look nice, try being specific. I love how patient you were with the kids today. Or that color looks amazing on you. Thoughtful compliments show that you notice them and their efforts, which will make them more intentional about the next time they spend time with the kids or getting dressed. We all love compliments. It makes us feel happy, and we relive them the next time we do the thing that the compliment was about. Over time, these small affirmations build a solid foundation of being more intentional when we do these things. Laugh together on purpose. Laughter is one of the quickest ways to create joy, and we all know it's one of the best medicines there is, even in marriage. It's like a reset button that brings you back to the simple joy of being together. Next time you see something funny, save it and watch it again with your spouse. Laughter just creates an instant connection. It lightens the mood and just relieves that stress. Inside jokes, in particular, are powerful because they remind you of a moment that only the two of you understand. It's a way of saying, we get each other. Even in tough seasons, finding ways to bring humor into your marriage helps strengthen your bond. So take a moment to be playful, find something that makes you both smile, and let laughter bring you closer. Speak their love language. Love languages differ, and recognizing what makes your spouse feel loved is crucial. So easily, we don't feel loved because our spouse does not speak our love language or even know what they are. And if you don't know each other's love languages and don't speak it, it's very easy to feel unloved and disconnected in a marriage. So this is really an important 1-minute habit that you can do that will transform your marriage. And if you feel that you are giving it your all, but you still feel disconnected from your husband, then I would love to invite you to my free webinar of Creating a Joyful Marriage. In this webinar, I delve deeper into understanding yourself, uncovering the real reasons as to why you are feeling unhappy and what you can actually do about it. I am leaving the link for you in the description down below. I also talk about love languages in my webinar, but in short, if your husband's love language is words of affirmation, take a minute to encourage them. If they love acts of service, do something small that helps them. If physical touch is their preference, a hug or a gentle hand squeeze can make their day. Speaking their love language, even for just a minute, shows that you understand them and care about their emotional needs. It will just ultimately make him feel more loved. Sit on your spouse's lap. This one is about physical closeness. Physical closeness enhances connection, and sitting on your husband's lap is a playful yet intimate way to do so. Maybe your husband likes watching TV, so instead of sitting next to him, sit on his lap. A lot of times when my husband comes home from work and he is tired, he will just go lie down on the bed and watch something on his tablet to just unwind from work. And then I will at random times go in and just lie on top of him. I know, this sounds funny, but honestly, it's an innocent act that shows love. It rekindles romance. Just the way that he smiles at me when I do this reassures me that he enjoys this simple, random act of love. I will also sometimes crawl over him to get out of bed instead of just getting out of bed on my side. Again, this is about intentionally giving him physical touch, as I know this is both of our love languages. Say I love you with meaning. We often say I love you out of habit, but how often do we pause to truly mean it? Instead of a quick automatic response, slow down and let the words carry depth. Look at your spouse, touch their hand, and say it with sincerity. Let them feel the weight of your love in that moment. Say, I love you, and then give them one reason to why you love him. Here is an example. I love you. You take such good care of me. Saying with this intention will make him feel loved and closer to you. It makes him feel worthy of your love. He would either accept this or would want to know more. So be ready to explain more in depth why you love him. Listen without interrupting. True listening is an act of love. When your spouse is speaking, take a moment to be fully present. Resist the urge to formulate a response while they're talking or to jump in with advice. Most time, men do not want our advice. I'm sorry to say this, but this is really true. They are the problem solvers. Unless they ask for your advice, resist giving it to them. A better approach would be, and this is something that I actually do, I ask my husband a series of questions to lead him to figure out the advice I wanted to give him. If you don't have advice, great. Maintain eye contact, look him straight in the eyes, nod and affirm what they're saying. This simple habit makes your spouse feel valued and heard. In turn, it improves communication in the way that your husband will probably share more with you because you are actually listening. Say, I'm sorry. Apologizing is a powerful way to mend small fractures in a marriage before they grow into something bigger. It takes only 1 minute to say, I'm sorry for how I spoke earlier, or I didn't mean to hurt you. A small apology is often overlooked, but it's actually very powerful. If you have been married for a long time, you will know that sometimes we can build up resentment towards each other because of small things that happened. Maybe the way you said something, or a joke that was not that funny to your husband. When we apologize for these small things, it breaks that resentment in the heart. And let me just say, it's very difficult to love one another wholeheartedly if part of your heart is full of resentment. So, focus on these small apologies. It only takes 1 minute to say that you are sorry. Do a small favor without being asked. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, show love in action. Whether it's refilling their water bottle, setting out their slippers, or preparing their coffee, these tiny gestures communicate thoughtfulness. When you constantly do little things for your spouse, it reinforces the idea that you care for him, making everyday life feel more like teamwork, which marriage is all about. Write a quick love note. A handwritten note, even just a few words on a sticky note, can brighten your hubby's day. Leave a sweet message in his lunch, on the bathroom mirror, or tucked in his wallet. Knowing that they are loved and thought of throughout the day will just make him feel special. Whisper something flirty in his ear. A little playful flirtation keeps the romance alive. Whisper something sweet, teasing, or affectionate as you pass him by or when you are sitting on his lap, which we talked about earlier in this video. Again, this is about being a bit mysterious, which always arouses a man's thoughts. In a good way, of course. This creates a bit of excitement and anticipation in your relationship. Kiss him for at least 10 seconds. A quick peck is common in marriage, but a lingering 10-second kiss can reignite something deeper. When you take a moment to kiss your husband with presence and intention, it reminds you both of the attraction and affection that you have for each other. So, when your husband gets home from work today, invest in a longer kiss. If he's already home, then do it when you say goodnight. Whenever the moment is that you give him a peck, replace it with a 10-second one. Send a playful or loving voice note. In the midst of a busy day, a simple voice note saying, "I'm thinking of you," or "Can't wait to see you tonight," can make him feel loved. Hearing your voice can be a source of comfort and warmth, even when you're apart. Tell him one thing you admire about him. Everyone loves to feel admired, especially by their spouses. Take a minute to express appreciation for something you love about him. It could be his work ethic, his kindness, or the way that he makes you laugh. Affirming admiration nurtures love and deepens emotional security. Gently touch him as you pass by. Physical closeness creates a sense of closeness, even in small ways. A hand on their back, a quick squeeze on their shoulder, or a light touch on their arm as you walk past by him can make him feel more connected and more loved. Next time he's just standing around or working in the kitchen, just go and stand next to him and just put your hand on his shoulder or on his back and start a conversation. Use a kind tone. The way we say things matter just as much as what we say. A kind and gentle tone can turn even a simple statement into an expression of love. When you're stressed or frustrated, take a deep breath and soften your voice before you respond. A kind tone creates a peaceful atmosphere in your marriage and encourages a spirit of grace and patience. This takes less than 1 minute to calm yourself down in your thoughts and to respond softly. Remind yourself why you married him. In the midst of daily routines, it's easy to forget the beautiful reasons you fell in love. Take 1 minute to reflect on a favorite memory, a quality you admire, or a moment when they make you feel special, and write it down. Do this every day. Keeping gratitude in your heart for your husband keeps the good memories on the surface. So often we forget the good ones and hold on to the quirks that annoys us. So if you do this every day, this will increase your appreciation of your husband. I hope these simple yet powerful habits inspired you to create a deeper connection in your marriage, as it inspired me when I was actually writing this. To make it easy for you, I've listed all 18 habits in the comments below, so you can refer back to them at any time. And now I'd love to hear from you. Which habit stood out to you the most? Let me know in the comments which one you're excited to put into practice in your marriage today. If you want to know of other ways you can improve your marriage, then please watch my next video on things I stopped doing to improve my marriage. If you haven't, I would love for you to subscribe, and if you're up for it, to share it with another wife who might need to hear some of these things I've mentioned today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my free webinar that I linked for you in the description down below to have access to. May you have a blessed